Hey there, and welcome to another episode of the Trading Lifestyle Podcast. In this episode, I interviewed Denis Switalski. He's a full-time trader and programmer, and he's developed this amazing software that helps traders backtest their trading strategies. It can be used by manual traders or automated traders, or if you do a little bit of both. He has come up with features in his software that I haven't seen anywhere else, and it really speeds up the process. I personally have been using the software for several months. He gave me early access, and it really speeds up the process. So I'm excited to share this software with you. He's finally ready to launch it. So here's Denis and how the software works. Welcome, Denis, and maybe you could
Hello,
tell people
hi,
a little
you.
bit about yourself and
Thank you.
What you've been up to.
Yeah, sure. Maybe I can share my screen.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, sure. I will just select my my screen right there. I have been a Walter Peters student a while ago. Now I'm trading since 2016. I think I started in 2012. It's been a while, so I'm a swing trader. I'm mainly trading the D1 and H4 time frame. I'm manual swing trader, so it's very slow style of trading, but it's my own style. And a few years later, I had another website on which I presented my backtesting system, my results publicly, and at this time I had I sold some signals, and the link between this and my software is at some point I needed backtesting software. Backtesting is very, very important. I think you and Walter already already a lot of time on your channel, but it's very important for in every activity. You need to train yourself. You need to build confidence during your trading journey. So you have to backtest. This is the only way to improve yourself. You have to test your strategies, your ideas on the markets, and the backtesting software is very useful for that. So I have been trading successfully. However, I needed to find new system with a more trade frequency, with a higher trade frequency. And for that, I looked for some softwares available on the market. However, there were only very limited softwares because I needed to customize my ideas. I need a modular software, and the available solution were not. It was not possible to do it with them. So I wanted to design my own system, my own software, and I came up with an idea. I had to build it myself, but first it was only for me to test, to assess my ideas, and I designed small backtest engine with some interfaces, and I needed for that to be fast and accurate with good quality data, because during the backtest, the data quality is very crucial, because it's the main point of emulating the financial markets. So at some point, I needed a user interface to assess the strengths of my ideas, trading ideas, and to have some statistics. Again, it's crucial, it's paramount when you assess a building system. So I end up with a backtesting software, in fact. So I told myself, if it's useful for me, maybe it can be useful for other traders who want to be traders, who want to test their trading systems. So I came up with the idea maybe of selling it, and right now it's the case. So I used this small software to improve, to add some new features for everybody to be like the average software, backtesting software on the markets. So I had some some needs. The first one is to be fast. I know, and I think you know, a lot of backtesting software, and sometimes they can be very slow to load some symbols, to assess, to test, to trade. So I wanted to be very fast because you can have quickly new ideas. So it has to be quick to test. The other point was to be modular because, again, it's important to test easily new ideas and not code, not use some word interfaces or word software. It has to be smooth in the process. I'd like to avoid, again, to save time, avoid the step-by-step time forward. I think you know it too. Just pressing the space bar, it's useful, but when you are backtesting tons of system, you lose a lot of time just by pressing space bar to fast forward. So I needed to be faster than that, and other items like good data. I talked about it, and the efficiency. That's why there is a lot of statistics in the software to assess quickly the trading system. So maybe I can show you some features, but in the software you'll see there is a very common backtesting software features needed, like charting tools, like graphical tools. So yeah, here's NakedMarkets. So it's pretty common backtesting software features. I will show you right now. So you can start a new backtest, and you can select the different symbols. You can select all major, for example. You'll see it's pretty quickly to load all these symbols, and after that you can fast forward. And for that, there are a lot of very simple tool to draw something. So yeah, you can change the time frame, of course. You can, it supports the multiple monitors. If you want, you can detach the charts. So it's very basic features, but it's always needed for me and for every user. Of course, some other features, you can manage all the data you want to download. It's important to notice that all the data in the software are free. This is good quality data because it's coming from free and paying sources, but I wanted to be free in this particular software, and it's possible even on the NakedMarkets website to download it for free, because it's just data. It's a very simple data. You just need to probe the market all day long, all year long, to have this data. So it's not very expensive to have and to gather, to be very fair and honest. So I don't see why the customer have to pay for this kind of data. So in this feature, you can select, you can update, you can choose your broker if needed. You can update and export data if needed. That's so you have common features like hotkeys to save time. We'll see after the rules, screenshot, yeah. Other stuff, pretty common again. So after that, if you want, you can set orders like a pending or instant order. You have the indicators, of course. I think it's pretty useful for some users. So that's the point, I think. Yeah, some tools for the risk reward assessment. But yeah, it's the common features. But if you agree, I can show you the feature which is very interesting, I think, in this software. It's called the rule manager. What is the rule manager? The rule manager allows the user to define some kind of rules to customize how they enter or exit the market. They can pause the market, they can take some action. For example, if I create a new backtest, we can see on the left, so we're on the OZ daily chart frame. So we have all these rules here with some example. So maybe as an example, the engulfing buy rule. This is a setup rule. What is a setup rule? A setup rule is a rule containing a condition. Here we can see that we define the condition to be the last bar has to be a bullish one, an engulfing bar 2, engulfing 2 previous candles, and another feature is the bottom void bars. This is the space between the bars we can see here for the bottom. And here the action is to pause the backtest. So an easy test is to drag and drop this rule. We can set here, and automatically it will fast forward, and we can see that the software pause automatically. So it's very interesting to save time during backtesting, because instead of just pressing the spacebar, you can define what you want, like condition on the market to pause. And after that, you can decide if it's good or not to enter or to exit the market, which is the main point to save time with this kind of software. So here, I can, if I want, enter the market manually by setting stop losses or take profit, or I can use the entry rules. What are the entry rules? There are some kind of other kind of rules like that. And we can define a way of entering the market. Here we can set the type of order, buy stop, sell limit, or other thing. And we can see here, this buy stop order, we can set the stop loss automatically. This is the low of the last bar. We can see the take profit, which is dynamically calculated, and we can set the lot size automatically or manually if you want. And you can set the expiration delay and the execution price, which is here the high of the bar. So instead of setting manually the order, you can easily just drag and drop. And right now you can see it's pretty easy to see how it's working. So this is one use case, very easy, but you can define a lot of rules. There are a lot of possibilities. I use a simple one, but it's possible. For example, here it's about the entry rules, the way we enter the rules, but we can define the way we exit the market. For that, we can, for example, change this rule, this entry rule. I will remove the take profit. I save the rule. So for example, I'm just there. I can set the order. There are no take profit, but I can see here the exit rules. There are some different kind of rules. The examples here are very simple, but still useful. PSR exit or a 3-bar exit, for example. So first we enter the market. This is done, and we can use the 3-bar exit by rule. What is this rule? We have defined a condition when the order growth is greater than 1. We'll see when the growth is greater than 1%. The action is to modify the order. And in fact, we modify the stop loss to be the lowest value of the last 3 of the previous 3 candles. So it's called the 3-bar exit. We can easily just drag and drop on the instant order. We can see here it's set, and we'll see when here it's not yet to 1%. It's now 1%, and we can see automatically it's set to the lowest value of the 3 previous candles. This is a way of trailing exit, for example. And we can see that. Another quick example just to show you, if I do the same thing, but I use the PSAR exit, I will add this indicator to see better. And this rule uses an indicator value, the parabolic SER, and when the input is a 1, in fact, when there is a changing, when the value is upward or backward, there is this value is set to 1 or to -1. So we enter the market just here, yep, and we can use this exit rule. And we will see this is another way to trail the exit. I forgot to mention the action is to close the order when there will be a modification, a change in the PSAR direction. We can see, okay, it's closed automatically because here the movement, the direction of the PSAR has evolved, has changed. So this is the quick example, just to show you how it's possible to customize the rules, but there are so many possibilities. You can here, the setup rules are defined by posing the backtest, but it's possible. For example, another quick example. We'll take here the OZ D12. So if I use this one, for the action, I can add action, and I can add some condition here. In this one, I used an action to pause the backtest, but I can add an entry rule. Like that, I have a fully automated system. I can show you here. So I'm doing the both here. I will do a pause and setting an entry rule. So we can see here. But if I want, I can remove the pause backtest. I save the rule. And we'll see here we have an automated system. It's not doing very well here for sure because it's just for the demonstration, but it's pretty handy to save time because the backtesting process to build confidence can be can be very time consuming. And I think that's it for the role manager. But an important point is that there are a lot of functions to customize. You can see here to set your condition. You can use some operators. You can have the value of all the prices, the value of the candle or previous candle. You can choose the time frame, and related to the time, you can modify the orders. And there are some price patterns. You can set condition when the candle is bearish, neutral. you can add a lot of things, and it's still in improvement. So the customer can request new features to add some new ideas. You can, for example, an easy maybe I can show you quickly. Here, if I create a new rule, let's say support resistance level. It's pretty easy. We can say for this level here, the last bar, when the last bar will reach support resistance level, in fact, it's just an horizontal line, we will pause the backtest. Okay, it's saved. So right now, if I detach this rule, I will use this one I just created, and I will put this horizontal line maybe there, an interesting turning point for the price. We'll see it's automatically paused. So it can be pretty handy. We can do the same with the trend line, with the rectangle for the price area. For supply and demand concept, there's a lot of things to do, and you can use all indicators inside your condition to enter, to exit the market, or just to set a condition to take some action.
Oh yeah, this is amazing. I would have never thought of this myself, and it's super handy because it can be used by both discretionary traders, manual traders, and automated traders, and anybody in between, right? Because you can just set up your own rules and then drag and drop, or just have it run. So this is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you are just a rookie trader, you can backtest manually, but you can have some semi-automated trading just to save time, or fully automated trading. So depending on your experience level, you can use it to your own advantage, and it's pretty handy. Myself, of course, I use it every day. But it's for this the rule manager it's pretty handy, I think. I hope so.
Yeah.
And just another feature I can show you, and that's a bit sad because in all the solution, all the existing software, backtesting software, they don't include this kind of features. It's the statistic module, in fact. So here it's not very interesting because we have only 9 trades. I can show you maybe. I have here some samples for information. It can take the backtest data to have some statistic about it, but it can take as input some external statement like MT4 statement, like ONDA broker statement, or some even a Forex tester statement, and you can see the statistics, which are very crucial to assess the strength of a trading system. You can see the basic graphs, the drawdowns, the growth over time, some statistics about the winning and losing trades, some specific ratio to assess quickly the strengths and the efficiency of the trading system, some symbol analysis, timing analysis too. You can see the duration of each trade with the tickets, and the risk analysis, the risk of a run or risk of drawdowns, the list of trades, and you can even do some Monte Carlo simulation, which is pretty handy too when you do a lot of backtest, by setting some option like skipping position, or insert some artificial slippage to see if your trading strategy is very sensitive to slippage. Can be the case for lower time frame. But this module is pretty handy, and you can use it for your own backtesting results, but for external backtesting results as well. It's I use it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's the one thing that's been missing, like you said, from a lot of software out there. I mean, Ami Broker has a pretty good set of like reporting tools, but that's only like automated backtesting, right? But with this, you can actually do their backtesting analysis and analysis of your live account, like you said, with the Oanda API or the MetaTrader connection too, right? So that's awesome. It's amazing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thank you. It's handy, and I don't understand why this kind of feature is not included in every software. Because again, you can backtest a lot, but if you are not able to see properly the statistics of your own trading system, there's a lot of traps. You can think it's profitable, it's performing, but if you check some specific ratio, you can understand that it's not going so well, in fact. So I think it's very important, in fact. Another quick feature is the fast backtest. I show you. In fact, we can backtest here with a graphical interface, but it's just to save time. It's possible to do it without any graphical interface, and you can save a lot of time. For example, if I want to backtest some of my setup rules on several symbols at the same time, I can choose the time frame. I can use external API strategies. It's compatible with Forex Tester. And right now I will use the setup rule. It can be pretty. So let's do this. This example sample setup rule. We can see the default entry rule, and we can change if you want the entry and the exit rules. For example, it can be pretty useful to use it for one single system, one setup rule here, but you change the exit rule. You can see quickly if it's better to use a 3-bar exit system or a PISA exit system or some kind of what you want exit system. So it can be, and the same for the entry rules. This is the same condition to enter the market, but you will change here the variation, and it's possible here with different. I will not. It can be. It's rather quick, but and you can see when it's over. You can check the statistics for every backtest. So the same way, it saves time. It's the main point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit. But just to show you quickly.
Yeah, let's see this.
So we'll see. Yeah, it's not only 21 trades, so of course it's a very basic setup rules. But it's again, it's pretty useful. So yes, for this fast backtest feature about it, and again, the data is a quality data, and you can use the real spread data. Again, it's very important, I think, in the backtesting software to be able to use the real spread, historical spread, because in some software, it's easy to set the spread to just one pip, for example, but it can change the results, the performance of the backtest. So using the historical spread value is very interesting, because we want to be as close as possible to the the real financial markets. And again, yeah, Statistics Center, I talked about it. And just, last item is just the community oriented. In fact, every file, every backtest, every statistics you can share between users, of course, to assess the backtest of other users. If you are interested in some traders, you follow their performance, and maybe you want to invest some money on it, you can share this data. You can upload the statistics on the web without, you can check the statistic without having the naked markets. In fact, it's still interesting. And again, it's possible to request some features to profit from it. Everybody can profit from it if it's very good. There are some public resources. If you have any question, don't hesitate, of course, Jörg.
Cool. So it's going to be naked-markets.com. And then the forum, I think the forum is really cool. That's a really great idea because people can share their entry and exit rules, the formulas, and then their back tests. So that's going to be a huge one, I think, because people can build upon each other, right? So
yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the spirit. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Exactly.
Cool. So you've been working on this for a while. And how does the licensing work, first of all? Is that one computer or any computer you own, or how does that go?
To be honest, when I started this project, I didn't think it will be so long to design because it was my own software. And after I thought I can sell it, maybe it can be interesting for other people. It took me about 2 years maybe. Wow. And for the about something like that. But I'm pretty happy because it's useful for me and for other people. Still there are already some people using it and they are pretty happy with it. It's good. It's very pleasant. Yeah. But it's for information, it's developed in .NET framework, so it's pretty modular, and there are some features I'd like to implement, like a new API, and you'll be able to code to design new system with easy language like C#, for example, or Visual Basic, something like that. It's pretty
yeah, I was really impressed when I asked you if you could do a Oanda plugin or a Oanda API access, and you had it done in like a couple of days. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but yeah, it's a pleasure because you had a great idea and everybody can profit from it. So it's a win-win. It's so the customer don't hesitate to request feature. I'll be very happy to implement it to improve the software.
Okay, cool. So it's ready for purchase, and we're going to run a special just because you watched this video for the entire month of May 2022. There's going to be a discount. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So to remind, the website is NakedMarkets.com. So yeah, for the launch, this is the launch discount. The public price initially is $269, but for the launch discount for you, the price will be $179 during 1 month. I think we'll do this limited discount. So yeah, it's a way of sharing this kind of software.
And if they purchase a license, does that just work on one computer, or is it for whatever computers they own? Just one computer, right?
Yeah. At the moment, yeah, it's for one computer alone. It's bound to one computer.
Okay.
We'll see after, but at the moment, it's one computer.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, great. Well, thank you for sharing this. I mean, I think this is a great piece of software. I think there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of features that I never even thought of before, but make a lot of sense, and they really speed things up. So I've personally been using it for how many months now? And I haven't been.
I'm happy. Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't been using it recently because I've been testing this system that has like proprietary indicators, but even from the time since I last used it till now, like there's so many things you seem to have added. So I think, the development process is really going along smoothly and really speeding up. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Great. Just for information, about the improving process. The updates are very regular. The roadmap is public, so we are on the websites, on the forum. We can see here. We can see the next major feature which will be implemented, like the API, the news trading module. In the next coming week, it will be available, and some interface with MT4 to import some indicators or some strategies, or to export to MT4 all the rules which are defined in the rule manager will be exportable in the MQL4 language if needed. This is some features, and it's pretty. It's updated regularly. I think it's important to be transparent for the customer, because it's a lifetime license, but they can follow up the improvement of the software. To be honest, of course, it's a software is young, so it can be improved easily with a lot of new features, and I think that's it. I'd like to thank you, Hugh, for this video. Of course, Walter Peters, for this great community, Rima, and especially Yagas too.
Okay, great. Well,
thanks to you, Hugh.
Well, my pleasure. I mean, thank you for presenting this to me and letting me test it out, because it really speeds things up for sure. So, any last words? Anything you wanna share with people, or?
No, I think that's all. Yeah, I wanted to design efficient, fast, and modular backtesting software. I use it myself to design some new system. I hope it's the case, and I'm happy to share it with you.
Great, awesome.
Again, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks to you.